Hello everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns 2. Today we've got another match of the Link to the Past Grandmaster Dungeons Keysanity Tournament 2023 here. We've got brackets round 2, game 2 here between norskmatty and alexjas2. I'm starting with me on comms today is Lady Laura Linda here. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing today?
Doing alright. Looking forward to a good match here between our two runners. We've got ourselves a standard boot seed. Standard boots all dungeons, of course. Dungeons Keysanity seed, of course, but the specific variant of AD keys is standard boots. So they start with the boots, they will need to do the escape, and then we'll see beyond that.
So hopefully we'll get started here shortly.
Yep. And we set them off now, and then we'll see how the seed goes. This is game 2 between our two runners. Alexjas took game 1 in an open boot seed yesterday, so if Alex wins this game, then he'll move on to, I believe, to the round of 16 brackets, round 3. I'm trying to think of math, I'm failing. And if norskmatty wins, then he will force a game 3 to be played at a later date.
Sounds good.
We've got standard boots, so it should be a pretty straightforward first 5 to 6 minutes here. Run through the escape. Which weapon do you want to see today?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Which weapon do you want to see today off the uncle?
I'm gonna say the hook shot.
That doesn't unfortunately work for uncle specifically in standard. You do need a weapon that kills the enemies.
Well, that's true.
Although we could get a hookshot in the escape, as Thinky Gundam Girl is a little bit of sub. But right, we'll have to see. Because personally, I'm kind of it's always fun to see a fire rod start. There's a few different weapons the game can give. You can get bow, bombs, fire rod, which also give you magic refill. Well, speaking of bow, there it is. You can get a hammer. You can get a sword. You can get, I think, either cane. There's a few different options you can get with this standard seeds. And we've got our first big key of the seeds. Skull Woods. Not the one you want, but at least you don't have to isolate that check for later. But bow escape's going to be pretty typical. Nothing too wacky here. Run through the escape, kill the guards, and find the stuff. Okay. Do you have any idea what norskmatty's sprite is today?
I do not.
Neither do I. Yes, we got our lamp there, right?
Yes, there is a lamp.
It's not required to be in the first few checks of the escape, because in standard you are given the cone of light for the escape every time you run through there, no matter if you have to come back later for the backup escape if you don't have boots or bombs. So it's a moot point here with boots. But lamp given anyway, at least you don't have to worry about logic for things later. Lamp can end up in some pretty stupid spots.
Oh my.
And more weaponry! Hi!
Well, let's see what Zelda has for us.
Yep. We haven't found small key yet, and that is guaranteed to be in Dark Cross. All the other small keys and big keys are guaranteed to be shuffled, but this big key, since it's on an enemy drop, is not shuffled, and the small key does have to be in escape since it is standard. And actually, no, small key can be there, right? Because it's standard, it can be there. It cannot be there in open, however. Key logic. Brain. This is a full Keysanity seed, so you will need to find the small keys and big keys are anywhere in the world that you do need to find enough of them to beat all of the dungeons, because this is also an all dungeon seed, as is the standard for the all dungeons Keysanity Tournament. But some small keys and big keys are more required than others. We'll see Skullwood's big key being one of the less required ones. It Not required for being the dungeon, just required for a singular check. Much the same goes for the Ice Palace and Hera big keys usually, so then the others tend to be a bit more required, and the small keys are of varying functionality. But right now, just running through the escape. Nothing fancy to be commented on here. This seed is very generously useful items in the first initial 5 minutes. Yes, it is so far, Flygun. You've already got... Our bow was the uncle-issued weapon, and the gay seed is already given us hammer, lamp, and the Thief 10 big key, which is one of the you need this to beat the dungeon big keys. Always nice to find early. Well, it's about to comment on the fact that we haven't seen the map, but it's full Keysanity. We don't necessarily have a map in here, as we find the bug net in the back of Escape and nothing else. Front of Escape fairly loaded, back of Escape not so much, but we're about to be done here. About 5.5 minutes in, pretty typical for a boot seed. And we'll see. Probably going to see a CAC play from our runners next. There's nothing particularly that necessarily pushes them anywhere else at this point, though there could be a play towards Easter, and I'd be a little surprised given they don't have the big key for that just yet, though. Bow and Lamp makes it a potential play at some point here. Bombs and Sank is nice for CAC since they have no money and had no bombs until just then. Bonkrok's giving us 10 arrows, which we don't particularly need. We're see an immediate lumberjack check here. Runners, which makes sense in a boot seed. Also, with it being AD, you do need to do back a tower, but you need to be able to see, do you want to rush that early or leave for later? 10 bombs, you're not pushing it for that. Carry off the bush crab, well.
There's 20 rupees in the mushroom spot.
And Harpy's in Lost on the Thieves drop down. Hopefully CAC pays out a little better. Missing a bit. Glove and a Moon Pearl for Darkhold access. Not a lot of key so far. The world's just really early into the sea, especially with Standard. And the first 5.5 minutes running the escape, and we're only really now getting to explore this map. Explore the map, explore the seed, and see what the items are to offer here. Alexjas did start the seed slightly later than Norsk did. norskmatty did, which is why I've got a slight delay between our runners as we find a big key to Desert, small key to GT, 20 bucks, and a heart container. Desert Pig's nice, small key to GT might be useful later. Heart containers could be worse to find. And compass to Hera, not helpful. not enough money for bottle vendor either right now. Between our two runners, as we get a small key to ice, nicer functionality, though not necessarily one of our hard required smalls. Blue mail's nice. Key to skull wit, fire rod, okay. And money. Head straight back into the well to get a bit more money for norskmatty. alexjas is gonna likely do the same since they're both just a little short on that bottle vendor money. Zeep gave them plenty of ammo refills, not so much in terms of anything else. No, okay, alexjas is gonna see if he can't get some money from the other checks and cactus. Oh, convenient. Bottle off the bottle vendor is vanilla, other than its contents, I think. And it's gonna make it as check sick kid here too.
Just bombs at Chicken Hut.
Yep. And a small key to pod in the back of the bar. Our first of 6. We do logically need all 6. And sick kid giving us more bombs. Alex just gonna buy bombs and leave behind his bottle for now. Not gonna be a big deal. Give that sick kid does nothing, but he'll check that when he comes back at some point later. Too much of a big deal. Our runner's now almost synced, going into the library for more money. I see a little divergence here. norskmatty going to pick the lace game for a small key. alexjas going to go for it directly, which is common play in Keysanity, since the odds of there being a required item here are higher since there are more major items in the overworld, with all the keys being not necessarily being confined to their own dungeons. And we pick up our so for ourselves here, our second ice small. We really didn't need that. One ice pal small is nice too. Second one really doesn't do a whole lot, and there are some of the less useful small keys in Keysanity. So not really what I feel like seeing this early. Now we're gonna see South Shore, pretty much a regular standard run-of-the-mill early game routing with more bombs.
Just a piece of heart there.
Yeah. Not much so far on the South Shore. norskmatty gonna pick that heart piece up. And gonna head west actually. Gonna check out the Desert Ledge and Agina. As alexjas heads into Mini Moldorm Cave. Mini Moldorm's not cooperating. There we go. Let's see, 20 bucks. The powder. Quake, a heart piece, and 300 bucks. Here in Mini Moldorm Cave. There'll be another fetch quest to turn in once he gets back to CAC, and I just totally missed what norskmatty got from Agina. Looks like that was Canis Maria?
Yes, Canis Maria.
Alright then. Also not useful right now, but gonna be nicer later. He doesn't check Desert Ledge, which I'm curious about, given, usually you want to see what that is, so you know if you want to return to it later, but choosing to not do that, just gonna follow Lex to Mini Moldorm Cave and then probably Ice Rod Cave. I do wonder when the Lex is gonna get that cave, though, because it's in a bit of an awkward spot. Well, maybe never mind that, because that book just might send him to this eastern area, not eastern desert area now. Okay. Getting up a walk on water though here for Alex, so gonna do the water checks. Or at least Hobo. Sadly doesn't have the money for Zora right now at 367, and that's $100 in Lake Island. Gonna leave for Hobo for later, saving the water walk, and gonna use it to get here since otherwise no Moon Pearl or Leprous for water I'll carry. Getting ourselves mapped at here and 20. And Swirl launches another heart container, and we're out here. Unfortunately, Lex did take a hit from the Zora, so is going to have to save quit out as norskmatty picks up his book. This is going to be a desert area play, looks like, for alexjas, as norskmatty is going to go do the same water walk for the same water checks. And also, unfortunately, too poor for Zora, so that is going to be a check isolated by both runners. Let's see if norskmatty checks Hobo, and if there's anything on that check, because that could be an issue for alexjas. And that is the cane picked up for Alex. norskmatty is going to walk back out and head for Hobo here. And that is a small key on Desert Ledge. Interesting.
That's a Turtle Rock small key on Hobo.
Okay. First of 4, we do need a minimum of 3 to beat the dungeon, so that's always good to find.
$300 in desert.
Got 2 checks left here without the glove, but with the big key, and that, well, never mind, there's the glove. We can go finish this place now. Yeah. Though we cannot get right side since we do not have the small key. Somehow here for norskmatty, gets the map to GT, compass to Swamp, I think, and the small key to Hera. As that's also a Moon Pearl. This Dark World access for Alex. Those are paying off big time here. Let's go see what this Desert Ledge key is for alexjas. norskmatty following him to the desert area. Small key to Meyer. Glove picked up now for norskmatty, and Landvo's for Alex.
He don't have a sword, so he's having to use hammer strats.
Yep. And Noon Pearl for Sandy as well. Both runners now with Darkhold access at 18 minutes. Not a fast fight by any means for ALXjas2, but does get Landvo's down. That is his 3 bombs and his first crystal. 18 minutes in. There's small for norskmatty, and he won't be far behind. Unsurprisingly, we're going to see a played hype cave here, possibly pod. Maybe not pod after, given we have almost no small key to place, but hype cave first, and we'll see where ALXjas2 goes after that. Flygon, we are running on CSR2 because there is a quarterfinals match of the Zelda 2 Randomizer Upstarts tournament starting in 40 minutes, and quarterfinals takes priority over a round of 32 match here. As we find the map to Skullwoods and nothing else in Hype Cave. Jeez. Given it's all dungeons, so knowing crystal pendant info isn't that important, I'd give that a 0 out of 10 Hype Cave.
I would agree.
Especially because they can already finish school. Not helpful. And hey, there you go. Skullwoods info. It's got a red crystal, as does Eastern. Amazingly unhelpful information game. We're gonna see it play to Stumpy here. Stumpy did game and then likely a safe quit to Sank to go from CAC next, since we don't have a mirror. There's the bottle for ALXjas2 now. Gonna check Sick Kid for his low to nothing and turn in that powder probably. But yes, Salty Cracks, I'll come in. Yeah, pretty lenient seed so far. They've got a good amount of items. The keys are kind of lousy at the moment, but they do have plenty of things to do. The game through book. Their bow was the uncle-issued weapon. Hammer and book were also really early. Then they found Moon Pearl and Glove in Desert, which is what sent them to this point. And they're pretty much, and they're going to be both doing. I assume Norseman is just going to follow just out to Village of Outcasts and Skullwoods. They've got the Thieves' Big. They've got a Fire Rod. They've got plenty of stuff to go beat Thieves Town and Skullwoods right now. And then we'll see where they go from there.
That was just a rupee on Magic Bat.
Yep.
So the powder led to nothing.
only real substantial divergence between the two is norskmatty did Saha. That's about the only real difference right there between the two, and that's why he's a little bit behind alexjas going into the village here. As we're gonna also get a pet check.
He also has that Turtle Rock small key from Hobo.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was there. I just think alexjas might need to pick up later. That's a GT small in the pet, which we don't especially need, I think. At least I think that's a GT small. Key of Evil's Bane. ALttPR hints can be kind of obscure, but I believe that's the GT small. If unless you think otherwise.
I would think that's GT small, but I don't really know.
I don't have them memorized, and Chad's confirming it. Yeah, that is confirmation in the Wayfaring Fox, noting that that's going to be less stuff will be in GT, since that does logically potentially lock a few items in the GT basement, and GT is open at 7 crystals, so in the 8 still in this tournament. So while you can't have an item locking crystal boss in the GT, you can't potentially have stuff locking pendant bosses in GT, though that's going to be a little bit limited given that one of the small keys to GT is behind all of the 3 pendants. norskmatty going to the Dark World now. Or behind alexjas, norskmatty's just going to go straight to Skullwoods. alexjas going to go do the village and Thieves Town first, it looks like. This is going to be a fun moth fight. I've got 5 hearts, blue mail. Gonna be hammer fire rod strats probably for our runners. This isn't gonna be the most fun. Both runners are pretty experienced, though they should be okay to do skull with moth on this equipment, but it's not gonna be the most enjoyable of fights as I get a smoky to pod in the Skullwood's big chest. Oh yeah, no moth fight, we don't have a sword to get there. Never mind, I forgot. So there is that, I guess, as we get our last Meyer Small for alexjas. We really don't need that. We might find a sword here in Skullwood's Thieves Town, though. Now that you say that, thank you for the reminder, and
there's our sword.
Game keeps giving us things right as I mentioned that we do or don't have them, and there's our hook shot. In the front of Skullwoods. And here we've got another heart piece. And heart piece. Fantastic. Unfortunately, unless the Thieves Town small key turns up in Thieves Town, we will be isolating that big chest for later. Given that neither runner has right now, I'm not overly concerned. And nothing in there for norskmatty. You remember what the Hera small was? Because I'm looking at my notes and looking at the trackers, and I'm realizing I tracked the small key for Hera for norskmatty, but not where it was. Whoops. Some of the checks he didn't, that alexjas didn't do, because Alex doesn't have it. I'm wanting to say what Saha said, I guess? Not sure what.
Yes.
Not much.
Yes, it was.
Thank you. Heart piece and bumper ledge, don't need to worry about that. And thanks, yeah, because norskmatty's only done a couple checks that Lex hasn't done. I figured it might have been that. You sound attic proving useless for Lex there, and norskmatty's gonna head into the village now. Nothing of immediate the only let's see, sword and hookshot here in the village cast area, so we're gonna be able to clear Skullwoods and Thieves Town for both runners. Norskmatty's going to have to lose a little time in having to do a double dip Skullwoods, whereas alexjas can do it all in one trip since he did Thieves before Skullwoods. And then I'm thinking maybe... Oh, there's a second sword. I'm thinking that we might want to go up the mountain next, potentially. There's a lot of checks up there with the hookshot giving us access to the east side and Hammer for Hera access. Plus the Hera small, because... And we can Hera pot too. As we don't have any immediately obvious dungeon progression right now. Not a lot of small keys, not a lot of big keys that we can use at least. Very nice blind fight for alexjas. There's sword number 1 for norskmatty. And that's a small key to Swamp, which we can't use right now, but we do need that. That's our first pendant of the seed. And alexjas is gonna go straight to the skull. Gonna do straight to Skullwoods here. Play this out, get his hookshot, and then beat the boss for what'll be his first red crystal. And norskmatty's not gonna be too far behind. Hot small for Alex. Do you think they'll go up the mountain as a Lady Lorlinda, or do you think they're gonna maybe try something else first?
I would think they would go up the mountain just because of the density of the checks.
Yeah. That was my thought as well. They've got fairly limited dungeon access. I guess the only other major zone would be Eastern Pond. They don't have beer to chain the two together. 2 pod keys is not much, and they don't have the big key for either dungeon. Just waiting on the Wallmaster Express to get back to the front door there. Well, we'll see how Moth goes. That's the sword for norskmatty, and he'll be picking up his his first pendant, second dungeon complete here soon. Seems so far extremely linear. No real substantial divergences between our two runners. Norskmatty, assuming that alexjas goes up the mountain before doing Saha, said he will have the Hera small when going up the mountain, which is only one check, so that might be it could be a time loss for norskmatty or something that alexjas has to backtrack for later. There's a third pod small key. Hi, Wergen. Maybe making pod a little bit more tempting, though I'd probably wait for the small key myself. There's Swamp Small and Thieves completed for norskmatty.
With those swords, norskmatty is heading back up to Moth.
Yep. Makes sense. While you're in the area, just beat the dungeon. It'll be interesting to see how the runners do. It's not the lowest percent of moths, but this isn't excellent equipment either, so it's... You can't really take much hits here, and it is a longer fight here on Master Hammer. And as I say that, there's a death for alexjas. Ouch. Yeah. They also have a fairy in the bottle, though, so that's good. I forgot that was what was in the vanilla bottle they got off that bottle vendor.
I had forgotten that as well.
And there we go. Very nice. That's ball number 3 acquired for norskmatty, and crystal number 2. And crystal number 1. Save quit here. I'd expect this is likely. Nope, actually, gonna play save quit to. Yeah, okay. I was thinking of save quit to Link's house for some reason. No, that is in fact a save quit. So this is right now in play as expected. So a good moth fight for norskmatty, and that's going to be his first crystal, the second crystal as well. First red crystal, but he doesn't know that it's a red crystal yet, since I don't think he's talked to the bonder vendor yet. One of the minor divergences we've seen between our runners so far. As old man gives us some pops. No thanks. Map on top of Spec Rock, don't need to worry about that. And heart container in Spec Rock. And Paradox Cave here, 7 checks, giving us Compass of Thieves Town, thanks, and a Heart Piece. A lot of checks up here, though. We've got Paradox Cave, we've got Spiral Cave. 3 items in Hero for norskmatty, 2 for alexjas in Logic, plus more out of Logic on the climb with Harapot. We've also got Ether Tablet for both. And I feel like there's going to be something of progression up here with the density. Big Key to TR is not immediate progression. It is required, but it's not immediate progression. Neither is anything else in Paradox. Wow. $20 in the floating island. We're gonna do Hera Ether Tablet first for alexjas, and then maybe finish Spiral Cave off the end, just so he doesn't have to climb back up the mountain again. Your tablet giving us our small key to... Oh, great. That's not what we want to find, game. Small key to desert means they're gonna have to. That's 2 extra items open, but they're gonna have to go backtrack all the way to desert for that, and that is not a fast trip right now. So probably gonna leave that for later. Hope to round it in with my area potentially. Nothing in the first check of Hera either. And nothing in the second check. We're at a Sorrow Cave's the only logical check left here on the mountain.
That was an interesting Hera pot.
Yeah. There's a lot of different setups for that one. I'm pretty terrible with games, so I don't know I'm not great with that one myself, but I've seen Reddit use a lot of different strats for that particular trick as they get the desert small for norskmatty. And I'm curious to see what norskmatty finds in the basement, because alexjas hasn't been to Saha's side. It's one of the only things that norskmatty's done that Alex hasn't. And that we kept the Hera small in there as Troll Dwarf will troll. Ouch. Alexjas falling down 2 floors here. That feels bad.
Yeah.
And we've got a majorly out of logic big key to GT. Thanks, game.
But that is
our second crystal. So the fact that the big key's out of logic doesn't matter, because by the time GT's in logic, still pulled Voldorm. But it's also not immediate progression either. That is 3 crystals on the board already, though, which isn't too bad. Nothing in Hera basement, so that's good for alexjas here. And Sparrow Cave's a picky to pod. I was thinking that since we found next to nothing remotely of immediate progression here in Hera, or on the mountain, Eastern Pod's the next play, and I'm still going to say Eastern Pod's the next play. 3 small keys and a big key. We've got a bow, we've got a lamp, we've got a hammer. This is likely to be a play soon for runners. Looks like Alex is going to first go and back to the desert for him to go get the desert small. Check on the right side of desert, which is a really curious play. Alexjas tends to be a very aggressive player, and it's curious to see him detour all the way over here just for 2 checks. But I guess maybe that's part of his aggressive strategy in this scene is to go do a play that's not very conventional. It is one of the few items of progression we found on the mountain, though not very convenient progression. And there's norskmatty getting his GT big and his 3rd crystal. And Futon, no, this has been a pretty linear scene overall. There's been no substantial divergences. norskmatty did Saha's hut to find a Hera small key, which led to nothing in Hera basement, as well as Hobo for a TR small, and that's been about it. I'm not sure I want to see that shovel over there either for Alex. But this has been a fairly linear scene otherwise, though, but this was standard food. So they got to shoot a bow by the uncle, which they got book, hammer, they got book and hammer early, which then sent them over to desert for the glove and moon pearl, which then sent them to the dark world for a couple swords and a cane in the Village of Outcasts area. That's our second TR small, first for Alex. And it's been pretty linear since. It does look like norskmatty is going to skip out on the desert right side checks, which is fine for him for now. It is interesting that we now have each of our runner has one TR small that is rather out of the way for the other runner. So you'll have to see how much that matters later. You only need 3 small keys to clear that dungeon. So it might not matter, but we will have to see where our remaining 2 TR smalls are. We're gonna see Pyramid Ledge into Pod for both runners. There's nothing else to comment on here besides that right now. See, continuing to be extremely linear. Mids is fun. We are going to see a plate of catfish for norskmatty before heading into Pod. Alexjas is going to head straight for Pod here. And yes, Dark Death Mountain is now available. Though with only 1 TR small apiece and no Ice Rod and only 1 medallion, I suspect they're going to put it off for a bit. Until they can hopefully maybe get some TR access, because they just got off the mountain. They could have gotten those meds before going up the mountain, but it made sense to go up the mountain before Pyramid Ledge Pods, so I don't fault either runner for it. See what Catfish has here for norskmatty. $20. Not going to hurt Alexjas, that's good. That Lex is not the biggest fan of Catfish, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And Pod, 3 small keys and the big key with hammer, lamp, and bow. Full clear. Can't quite full clear it, but they'll be able to do pretty much everything in here except for Harmless Hellway and the big key chest, assuming you open the front door for convenience, especially without that mirror. Not opening the key door in the front makes for some really slow pod routing. Small key to GT, that's our 3rd known, 2nd picked up. We still don't need that, and $20. Looks like we're going to see a play immediately to Helma here. Makes sense if you can find a small key in Pod, for example. You can make the back a little more efficient. And if you don't find anything on Helma, it's not really going to kill you, just go straight back. norskmatty is going to take a little bit of a different route, head straight in through the front door, going to do right side after. Won't do Pod Stealth, which is mentioned, that is... I'm not going to do the big key chest, since he cannot do that and beat Helma with this. Map the Swamp doesn't really do anything. Where's the Pod Bag Futon? Borrow Cave, I forgot to check it for norskmatty. Whoops. But they do both have it. That was one of the items they got on the mountain. One of the in-logic items they got on the mountain, though it's a bit of a moot point that's in logic, given that using it is behind all 6 pod keys. Logically, not that they care. They are in the Compass Dumire, and that is our 4th crystal here for alexjas. Straight back in he goes. Your bomb's on the bridge chest, and we're gonna go to the back. We'll be able to do the U room and the pod dark maze here, as well as the big chest. We'll need to leave big key chest and harmless helle behind, unless there's a pod small key back here, which is possible. There is another bottle here. $50. Nice hammer in for Alex, getting tempered. Nice. And logic also doesn't matter in the slightest. And so as the Compass of TR, that's crystal number 4 for norskmatty. And $20. Pod is not our answer apparently as far as progression. Tempered's nice, but that's also the only thing they found in here. That and the GT small that also gets them absolutely nothing right now. So we're gonna see a play a backup mountain here for Dark Death Mountain for Alex, which makes sense for the density. I mean, what are their main plays right now? Smith Chain, the really, really slow way without mirror. Dark Death Mountain.
I mean, you get the first 4
Eastern.
checks in Eastern, yep.
And there's not a lot of obvious checks left. We can't do Ice Palace out of logic. We can't get into Mire. We can't get into Swamp. We might be able to get into TR, which that might be our logical progression. We do have. We can get in there, although only 1 TR small key is in logic. They each have 1, and alexjas and norskmatty's TR small is out of logic. Flippers is well, never mind. Now it's in logic. That's Flippers. So that's logical access to Ice Palace, which might be our next progression to this point. And we can't get into Swamp Futon. We don't have a mirror. Quake for TR is vanilla, so we can't get in the door, although with only 1 TR small and no Ice Rod, we definitely can't finish it. And norskmatty can follow alexjas back up the mountain as well, continuing to do a very linear scene with minimal divergence. Small key to Thieves Down is another one-off check they need to go back for, and pod small number 4 is kind of root game. We just left. This is an Eastern play for alexjas, looks like, which with a detour to Hobo, which makes a lot of sense, and will get him his 2nd TR small, so that's good for him. Might actually might do Zora as well, since neither of them had the money for Zora earlier.
And Zora's definitely in logic.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully my internet doesn't go out. There's a really serious thunderstorm going on outside, and the thunder is quite loud. Ugh. You can hear that, sorry. TR small, speaking of for Alex. Right now, looking at our items and my notes, we are currently missing for Nobo, let's see, Ice Rod, Mirror, Eastern Big, Meyer Big, Loot. As that Lex routing into ice with those flippers makes a lot of sense now. Whoops.
It is a pendant.
It is a pendant, yes. So we now know 2 of our 3 pendants. I don't believe norskmatty talked to Saha when he was in Saha's hut earlier.
He did not.
So we do not know what our green pendant is. So we also know that the pet is just a GT small, so we don't care a whole lot about it right now. It looks like norskmatty is gonna dip into TR here. First actual divergence, a serious divergence of the seed between our runners. They both did thieves out the small key, yes, Gamachu. It was more or less expected, because they both got Darkhold axes at almost the same time from Desert. Both Glove and Moonpearl were there. They did Type K for absolutely nothing. Here is a small key to last small key to GT. It is not helpful in the slightest for norskmatty. But they both got Darkhold at the same time, got the Type K for nothing, and then since they only had 1 pod small and no pod bigs at the time, they both went to Village of Outcasts for their items there, and because the Thieves Small is in Hookshot Cave, which is locked behind Mitts on Pyramid Ledge, which there just wasn't a great way for them to route that. Understandably, they did the Village of Outcast Skull Woods before running to Pod Pyramid, just with the way the seed routed. This has been a very linear seed up until this point. Essentially, that's a big find for norskmatty, who just found a flute in TR right side. I told him what still Alexis found in Ice Palace so far.
He found a cape.
Okay, then.
And silvers.
Nice. So, flute is required. That does give us access to the Meyer area. No mirror, unfortunately, for norskmatty to right side the desert with Meyer right now, though, because he's missing a TR small from there. And no Meyer big to finish the place either. We also can't continue in TR, because that is it with the 1 small key norskmatty has, so he is out. TR smalls. Flute a really good find for him. Also the only thing he found in TR. Is going to make overall traversal a little bit easier, but we'll have to see what alexjas found in here. Alex, when he does go up to TR, will be able to do more in there since he will have a minimum of 2 TR smalls. Kingston, one of the checks opened by mids, giving us nothing either. Going to have to leave the Ice Palace big chest behind as the Ice Palace big key is nowhere to be found. And that is a flute activated now for norskmatty, as Lex arrives on Cold Stare. And this is going to be a Meyer play for norskmatty, which also makes sense. So back to the convergence. And nothing on Cold Stare plus Dependent here for ALexjas2. This was not a productive Ice Palace. Silvers are nice, Cave is nice, but about the only thing that opens up is Spike Cave. So we can see where ALexjas2 goes now. Having a bit of a think, and I don't blame him on that, with how dry the seed's been. It looks like this is, what, overall cleanup for Alex, maybe? I'm gonna start with King's Tomb here. Alex not wanting to go to Eastern without the Eastern big right now, which I can get, honestly. Is the solution to follow that flute to Meyer? Quite possibly, Worgen. I mean, they've got that, Smith Chain, Thieves Town Big Chest, Eastern itself, and like two more checks in TR, I think, are about what's got available right now. There's the cape from norskmatty. As we hit the 1 hour mark here, please do give both of our runners a follow, norskmatty and ALexjas2, as those to my co-comrade Linda. As between the two of us, we are also splitting the tracking duties as we get our Ice Rod on hammer packs. That might be incentive for ALexjas2 to go towards TR, especially if he finds his TR small somewhere in the next few checks. And also, if you miss anything if you see something missing on the tracker, please let us know. We are double dutying, and there's a lot to look at here. Today is Smith Chain, the long way. At least they have boots to make it a little faster, but it is a whole lot of running. Piece on the Smiths, and that's a save quit for Alex. Going to go back up the mountain, so he's going to find his flute now, and I'm curious to see what he finds in TR. That second small key does unlock, that does unlock a decent amount of TR, since he does also have the big key. Assuming he steals the key from the Pokey by Lava Chest, he can actually get all the way to Laser Bridge. And I wouldn't entirely be surprised to see a TR small in TR at this point. Ice Rod is kind of pointing us in the direction of TR right now. Technically out of logic, but the other TR small, there could be just a TR small in Meyer. That's it, is pendant number 2 for norskmatty. Wonder where norskmatty is going now. We're gonna, I'd guess, either overall cleanup such as Smith Chain and the Thieves Town Big Chest is basically cleanup, or just Meyer area. We'll see here. It's got a flute, so this secret doesn't tell me much. And that's a Meyer play, which makes sense. Meyer Shed is kind of cleanup too. Sure. Well, the Worgen thing is you can wrap Meyer Shed and does a right side for norskmatty, so, which will get him his shovel, which does lead to a TR small he's missing off the shovel spot. So that's good for him. But he can also choose a Ditmire here if he wants, and we'll see if he does that. I suspect I'd probably expect him to do Mire before checking the double spot, but we'll see as alexjas gets his third GT small, TR. And that was the shovel picked up for norskmatty. Hard for alexjas here.
Was that ether?
I didn't catch it. Sorry about that. Meyer shed giving us $20 and $20. Anyone chat catch the medallion for TR? Because we both missed it. Oh, looking at norskmatty's tracker, it is ether. So both vanilla medallions, and add ether to our list of go mode items. norskmatty is not going to go into TR just yet because he can't go back into TR without that TR small off the shovel spot. But he's probably going to route. Well, maybe not probably. He might route with Smith Chain here, which is where he looks like he's going. This is really the main play for norskmatty at this point. It's either this or Eastern. And norskmatty's already done Saha's Hut, so there's less reason to go back. alexjas is leaving Eastern until he finds the big key, or until he runs out of other checks, I assume, at this point. The only thing in Saha's Hut was the Harrismall, which leads to 10 arrows in the basement, so that does not matter for Alex right now, though he might lose time going back for that later. We'll also have to leave Mimic Cave behind, since we don't have a mirror, unless that's in the TR big chest. Gamma, one of the only divergences between the two in the early game was the dip into Saha's Hut for norskmatty, but he did not continue into Eastern. I think he ran off to Desert after that, as we get the big key to Meyer, which we can't get in the door of, but that is handy to have. There's a TR small for norskmatty. But I think Eastern has our logical progression, because this continued TR dig is out of logic for alexjas. Purple chest is available, I suppose. There's not much else. Map to Hera certainly doesn't help. Yeah, we've got Eastern big, Thieves, Eastern, just in general. The Thieves big chest, we've got Spike Caves available. And yeah, we're really running out of stuff, really. Having a bit of a hard time thinking of much else. There's almost always something I forget. The checks to keep track of. Looks like norskmatty is going to continue to purple chest here, though, which is a check alexjas skip, so it could be interesting if this is something important. He also hasn't picked up his nice run hammer pegs yet, so that's the other thing. Go forward off Releaser Bridge. Nice. Doesn't help. And our first Cancel Tower small key is required, so and does give us 2 new checks. One more new check. I forgot that the first check of Agatha Tower was available for this. But nice round pickup for norskmatty. alexjas going to activate his flute now. I'll be right back. I need to step away for a quick second.
And that's just 10 arrows on purple chest. ALexjas now heading for his trip into the Mire area.
Alright, I'm back. What did norskmatty get on purple chest? I missed it.
Just 10 arrows.
Okay, so yeah, Alexja's not going to be bitten by that. Alex making the right skips as chat notes, so far at least. We'll see if that Zoro skip bites for him, though. Let's see, because this is where norskmatty's running off to right now, is ALexjas is finally going to be our first runner to go into Eastern Palace, which we know pretty much most likely has a logical progression at this point, though it's not a guarantee. There are one or two isolated checks left in the overworld, such as Laura, which gives us... Oh, that's gross game. That's our second Castle Tower small. Green pendants and swamp today on Alex's side, so he now has full pendant crystal knowledge. And that's a really gross spot for that Castle Tower small for ALexjas. Neither runner had money for that check earlier, and I don't know when he's getting back there. He has skipped half there, so he might route the two together if they ever find the mirror, but we don't know where that's at either.
Well, it has to be somewhere, because we're going to have it for Swamp.
Yeah, we do. Now, norskmatty is going to go back to Mire, Tiara, sorry, and find his gold hoard. And that's the only thing he's going to find in here right now. $20 in the first check of Eastern. And our list of logical last locations consists of these checks in Eastern, the Thievestown Big Chest, this bit was really good from my end. These checks in Eastern, Thievestown Big Chest, Spike Cave, Bombos is completely useless. And I'm not sure if there's anything else left that's coming to mind right now. Oh, and a Castle Tower. Castle Tower, Eastern, Thieves Big Chest are the things coming to mind right for checks. And to note that only both checks in Castle Tower in logic. We just can't kill Agam one yet in logic since one of our two small keys to Castle Tower was a laser bridge. But it doesn't matter because the lumberjack ledge was useless. norskmatty cannot finish TR. He also only has 2 small keys and you need 3 minimum to finish. And there's our big key to Hera! Add the Hera Big Chest to our last location! Alright, and Gamatru is now joining us in the commentary booth, giving us a little bit of a break from extra double duties. Hey, Gamma.
Hello, good evening. How are y'all doing?
Doing alright, you?
I am good. Joining in to see this nice little match between these two runners.
Yep,
So,
I know you've been in the chat, so you've seen how we are in the process of last locationing something.
yeah, it's doesn't look very pretty for these two runners. So where is that progression gonna be? It looked like
Yeah.
Zora was the second, I guess, Monkey.
You would be correct. First logical. So we do have both checks in that tower in logic. Aga 1 himself is not in logic, though that's not a particularly big deal given that the Lumberjack has 10 bombs in that reserves.
Okay. So maybe take a peek. I don't know if they would bother
looks like that's
checking
where
the
Lex is
chest.
going.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's this, Steve's Big Chest, Spike Cave, Hera Basement for him. The options suck.
Those are all terrible options there.
Like, this is, with 2 checks, this is the most dense location for alexjas. And for norskmatty, actually, at this point. They're running out of everything. Oh no, norskmatty still is Eastern, so I think that's where he's going first. But this is the densest play after. We're running out of everything.
I'm curious, since I got here a little late, was there anything in the back of Thieves Town?
Back at Thieves Town had a sword, and that was about it.
Okay, that small key would always put me a little, paranoid if you go in there and not get anything of value, but then you get the small key afterwards, like, oh, there's Ether, lovely.
Yeah, I guess to that effect, actually, since one of our swords have been the front of Thieves Town, that's a Todd small number 5, but our swords actually, you have a point, I just realized. I forgot that our swords were out of logic, because our swords are Thieves Front, Line Cell in Thieves, Laser Bridge, and the Big Chest of Todd.
Oh, okay.
So I think our team might have actually been logical access to that.
Okay.
Because that was the Blind Cell was our second sword that we found earlier in the feed.
So it looks
None
like
of it much matters, really.
Yeah. Looks like
But either logical progression, we need
yes.
that to get to fire.
Lovely bomb was right there. Holding off at Eastern as long as he could. He just like, I don't think we have any good options left. Just gotta make the dive now.
Yeah, norskmatty did Saha set very early before Desert, which was their Dark World access. But decided to leave Eastern behind in favor of going to Desert, I think. Or South, I forget what the exact order was. And is now back. I think both runners just really hoping to get the Eastern Big Key before coming in here, but the game's not being nice for that.
Not when you're left with these awful options.
No. When it's this Spike Cave that Thieves Town Big Chest, you're doing this.
Yeah, so after this for Alex, it looks like Meyer is going to be the obvious play, right?
Yeah, I mean, where else are you going? Thieves Big Chest or Spike Cave?
Yeah, no, you're not going to go to those. Those are like dead checks. You said there's also a Hera Basement, right?
Hera Basement for Alex, because that
yeah.
was in Zaha's hut, and he did that much later than North did.
Hmm.
But also useless, I think it was 10 arrows.
Okay, so, yeah, Myers. Swamp's the last pendant? Yeah, it's a green pendant.
Swamp's last pendant. We do know that there is a GT small on pet, by the way.
Oh, lovely.
We've got the 3 others, so it's not the most consequential thing as logic goes, but technically there's a few things in there behind that key.
So is there anything that could be in GT at this point? So we got both Aga small keys.
I think there's not everything's locked behind 4 GT smalls. The mirror could be in there, I guess, and that's about it.
Yeah. Oh, the mirror. Oh, yeah, for swamp axes. We have the swamp small too, it looks like.
Yeah, we got that relatively early. That was blind, actually, in Thieves.
Alright, so
Thieves Town logic, I guess.
gosh, it's so rare to come across a scene where the mirror is just sitting in GT, potentially.
It's the only thing that could be in there. I think we're missing that in Eastern Big Virgo mode and Eastern the Crystal, so that can't be there. There's Ether for norskmatty.
At least they saved the trip until they were able to single dip it here.
Yeah, they didn't really want to go in here, I think, for a while, in part because of they only just recently got their Castle Tower smalls. Those were Laser Bridge and Zora, which
Yeah.
not great.
once you leave Zora, you do the water checks minus Zora. He's just kind of an orphan check. You just don't want to go back to ever.
No, and they were pretty poor in the early game. norskmatty barely scraped together the money for a vanilla bottle off bottle vendor. Alex had to go back for it when he went to the Village of Outcasts. So they did not have money for Zora.
Yeah. Now we got all the money that we need here for blue bottles, Zora money, and red bomb potentially. I guess red bomb could be a thing here as well.
Yeah, that could have the mirror, I guess. Eastern's a red crystal, so that's everything that would be there.
Yeah, that'll be our last crystal then before GTX's.
It will be.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume, these two runners probably feel behind and just probably, book it right to GT after they get Eastern Big Key for GT mode. But I don't know.
I assume so. There's not much else left to do still.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I like to make that gamble. If I'm in, have access to GT, I'm just gonna assume whatever I need for Gomo is just sitting up there.
Yeah.
Not do these overworld checks.
They've also done most of the overworld checks.
A mirrorless Smith chain.
They've done Smith chain.
Yeah.
Ice Rod was there.
That's a good mire too by Alex.
Yeah. But yeah, they've done most of the overworld checks. It's Steve's Big. It's still like the same check. Steve's Big, Spike Cave. Once they finish Eastern Pyramid Fair, we'll get added to the list of a handful of overworld checks that are left. Nothing there. We do have all three Mire Small, so this entire place is in logic. They were Desert Ledge, Dig Game in the front of Thieves, so all three were also in logic and as well as available.
Oh, we have all the keys here, so that's actually very nice.
Yep. I did not count blue balls in that, but I feel like I saw at least two, so a little trolly today.
Yeah, it's not the worst. Of course, we want to have 0 blue balls, but Aga's not always going to be that kind.
Nope.
So it's just most likely it's just going to be sitting here. I actually wonder if it's going to be the mirror or just the Eastern Big Key here.
That's the Eastern Big.
Possibly worst check in Mire, cutscene chest.
Yeah. I mean, you had to check it when you're running this low on checks, but that is certainly not the friendliest location.
Yeah.
Oh, also I forgot, they recently got the Hera Big. That's another check they isolated a while ago. I got one down for norskmatty here.
Yeah, at this point it's just full clearing everything here. Open for the mirror and just Gomo GT. Oh my gosh, it is here. Well, is that Go mode?
Yeah, that is Go mode, I believe, here for Alex. No, we need a TR small, I forgot. We need a TR small.
Oh, right.
I just realized, looking at the tracker. We need one of those. We only have 2 between our runners. They did both get the one they missed early. It was Scopo and Shovel Spot. And that's our 6th pod small, so that's it. We do have Harmless Hellway and the Big Key Chest, by the way, that's left there now that I think about it. More isolated checks all over the map they probably don't want to go do.
That's so annoying one-off checks now. Like, I just assume, Eastern, you gotta get it out of the way. Swamp? Try to hold off on Swamp. Maybe, yeah, that'll be the last clearable crystal. Before you have to make that left side Swamp decision.
Yeah. I mean, there are two TR smalls left. They do both have to be available for GT since TR is a crystal.
Yeah.
The odds are there's at least one in Swamp Palace just due to the sheer density compared to all of the other terrible checks left in the sea, but it's not guaranteed.
Norskmatty gonna be going back? I think he is, right?
Looks like it. Looks like it.
Oh, okay.
And good point from our tracker, Lady Laura Linda. Swamp is also the green pen, so that is one extra check to loop after.
Okay, so would you do that before Eastern, just to kind of, you know, for efficiency? That way you combo Eastern with green pendant?
That's an idea, yeah, and then...
Yeah, it's just the left side swamp play. It's just what would kind of be lingering on my back of my head. Like, should I just do that now or just skip it and, you know, hopefully one of these overworld checks has it.
Mm-hmm.
They go in pod with 3 keys initially?
They had the big key, but only 3 small, so they both opened the front door.
Oh, okay, so they left 2 items in there.
Also, what is the screeching in the back of your mic there?
Oh, can you hear that? That is my birds right there.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was a monkey or birds or
yeah, this time of year it gets very hot outside, and I like to avoid having them and, you know, be in heat, the hot area. So I just have them sticking around here where it's comfortable.
Yeah, it makes sense. Alex just found something. Just found a small key on checkerboard, but didn't catch which that was. Certainly not a TR small though. Skullwoods.
Skullwoods.
Doesn't help.
Those, it's okay. 1 key is enough. And yeah, he is going to Eastern College, it looks like.
There's mirror for norskmatty. Yeah, we've seen most of the checks in the game. We've seen most of the items in the game, and most of the small keys and big keys. Main ones we're missing of course, we're missing the swamp big, the ice big, which could both turn into fetch quests.
Oh, we do have the GT big keys as well, so that's nice.
Yeah, GT big was on Moldorm. Small number. So the pod small there for norskmatty should have been the 6th. We've been wearing one of our few remaining major items. Not helpful there for Alex.
Just looking out for the blue cane and mushroom. We don't want to see those at this point.
Nope. Especially the mushroom is just going to be yet another fetch quest.
Yeah, it's just, you don't want to bother with that. Oh,
No.
Seems spooky there on norskmatty's side.
Get it, unfortunately.
And Silver's also going to make easy work of Viddy here, just as Alex did.
Yep. Those are relevant. Those were a nice palace, so not too bad of a spot. Next to the cave. Half magic would be nice, yeah, though we certainly don't need it with Silver's butter. Plenty of hearts and blue mail these runners are fine without.
Yeah. I feel like they're pretty comfy at this point. But if it comes along, you know, that works out very nice. Like, good for GT climb. You could use spam your fireball to over arrows.
Yep. That is another dungeon den for both. That is crystal number 5 for norskmatty, crystal number 6 for alexjas. And this is a Blade of Swamp, which makes sense for Alex. I expect norskmatty's probably going to follow him off to Eastern here shortly. Hasn't done Bombus Tablet. Check forward, right? Yeah, Bombus Tablet.
Yeah, I feel like Alex is probably going to be making that skip the left side. It's just, I don't know. I'm feeling like these runners are feeling behind. They got that mirror pretty late, the flute. He had the ability to go in TR, right? The first time he went up to the Dark Death Mountain.
Alex did, but they only had one TR small each when they went up the mountain the first time.
So not really appealing to go in there.
No, that's why Alex didn't get his flute the first trip, and norskmatty only... Well, he got his flute, but he wasn't able to get to the back for Laser Bridge, which had his... Laser Bridge had his butter, I guess, but that was the density he rushed before going to, Eastern.
Right. Oh, and there's...
Speaking of the mushroom.
Wow. Well, at least if they do turn it in, they can make the most out of it and buy a blue potion. I don't know if he has any potions on him.
I don't think so. I know the first bottle they both got was on a ferry off the bottle vendor, and Alex used that on Moth earlier.
Okay.
I assume that bottle's still empty at this point. They do have a green... Yeah, he does have a green potion. Good point. That was from Todd.
Okay, so at least, something there.
Yeah.
Don't need to worry about magic and during these last remaining dungeons.
Yeah, which is nice. Now, Norseman is going to actually go swamp before Eastern, which... gonna put him just a touch behind alexjas here. Eastern did not provide anything particular at the end. Not that there was much to be. Not there were many checks left there. But Norseman doing what you mentioned earlier and hoping to route the green pendant with Eastern, it looks like, which will be a little time save if they don't find their last TR small in here.
Yeah. So it's nice to be able to combo that.
Yep.
I also like how Alex ended up placing a bomb there. Did you catch that?
I saw it.
Yeah. I don't think you do left side swamp. If you're in one item for grab mode, just go to the back.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing.
Then you
You're
think
one
about
item
it.
for go mode, and you've got two options for that item too.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds both TR smalls are on left side?
Oh, that's so disgusting if that's actually the case. It's
Do you do pyramid? You can't do pyramid. You can do pyramid. There's limited options. We know that the TR smalls can't be in GT because TR is a crystal.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I'd probably be a little tempted to skip left side and just use that time to turn in the blue bomb, red bomb. Because he also has, like, K45, Bombless Tablet, Graveyard Ledge, and that green pendant turn in still, so...
yeah. Can we potentially combo green pendant with those last two checks with Pod if he feels like it?
Oh yeah, we pod as well. We have all 6 keys now? Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we have all 6, so we have full logical access to Harmless Hallway and the big key chest. But really, at this point, it's just left side swamp versus the giant collection of terrible overworld and isolated dungeon checks we have left in this game, because they've done all the major density locations.
That's really rough position right here.
It is. It really just might come down to who decides who picks the correct one-off check first, or...
Yeah. Will he go back?
I don't know. It's 2 items. It's kind of slow 2 items, but it is 2 items and Earths.
Yeah, I think I should be more tempted to skip, leave, go away. That's what he's doing.
That's gonna be his play. Yep, straight to Bombo's tablet here. I don't think he did purple chest earlier, so that's an item that's on his mind to do a really long trip with it without mirror or fluid at the time.
Yeah, so he could have, I guess, combo that was like K45 maybe, since it's gonna be kind of close by.
Not Bombo's tablet though.
Are you gonna go back? K45 or red bomb? Have they done catfish?
norskmatty did. It was junk.
Okay.
This is K45. Yeah, Alex hasn't done catfish though, so he might do that at some point. And we are going to see left side swamp from norskmatty here.
He is making a play, okay. I would have thought he would not do it just because he has Eastern Pellet still. Those 2 checks isn't there as well, but this could be a big play. he could skip all these overworld checks that Alex is doing.
Yeah, this could be the big play that wins him the race. We don't know. This looks like a big red bomb play for Alex. Might route Catfish after that, I think. norskmatty never actually talked to the big red bomb, the bomb vendor, so I don't think he actually knows his red crystals, by the way, as a side note.
Just blind checking. Let's see. Let's hope it's just sitting right here.
Yeah.
Does he remember he did that guy? Yes, he does remember. I almost forgot. Alright. Pyramid Fairy, what do we have today?
Yay!
Oh gosh. That's another ugly check. You just don't want to come back. Yeah, the mushroom, and we have that now. Well.
We did not want to see that.
No. Oh, we're going pod.
Pod green pendant, which it's a dead display besides left side swamp.
Yeah. So how many keys are left in the game for them?
We're missing the swamp big. We are, I think, missing one skull wood small. Remind me how many small keys are in ice again?
That would be 2.
We've gotten both of those. We're missing, we're missing swamp big and skull wood small. That's it for keys.
Okay, so that's it. It's right here. No. Magic. Well, there it is. It did come along the way. Looking for it.
Yeah. Left side swamp also looked like that was not the answer for norskmatty, so Lex is not going to get burned.
Yeah,
but yeah, we've seen just about every key in the game.
Huge time save right there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he'll just go Pyramid Fairy or just go straight, you know, I have to do Eastern, let's go ahead and combo his pod.
Yeah.
Oh, he left 3 items behind. Did he leave Big Chest?
No, Big Chest is a sword.
A sword?
I don't recall. Oh, Alex might have skipped stuff in his basement. I don't recall if he routed right side directly.
Did? Oh, wow. Okay.
He went in the door, did right side immediately, went to Helmasaur, then did the back, and I don't remember if he ever went back in for the Stalfos chest, which I'm looking like he doesn't. norskmatty opened the front door and did Stalfos chest before doing right side into Helma.
Well, it's a good thing that wasn't it, because I assume norskmatty did do that check.
Yeah, he did. It was.
Well, oh, he's leaving. Oh, he cannot do red bomb. Eastern's a red bomb.
No.
Boy, is it not gonna be here? Graveyard Ledge. Steve's on Big Chest.
Graveyard Ledge, Thieves Big Chest, Ice Big Chest, Spike Cave, Hera Big Chest.
Oh, right, Ice Big. Oh, lovely map.
We have to pod and pod. Fantastic. But
Oh,
yeah,
these
it's
are
a
just bad
collection
checks.
of Big Chests, Graveyard Ledge, Spike Cave.
Yeah.
Her
These are all
checks suck.
checks you don't want to go to. Have they checked
No.
pedestal?
norskmatty did. I don't think Alex did. It was a GT small.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, that GT small. Okay.
Yep.
And then he is going Spike.
Spike Cave, Hera Big Chest, I guess. Mimic Cave. They didn't have to be Hera
Oh my
first
gosh,
time.
that's a disgusting check. Oh my gosh. I feel like that's probably...
Every single one of their remaining checks is hot garbage.
Yeah, that's... I would say that's a dead check. You just... I don't know, you already went there... At least norskmatty went there twice. I think...
Alex did a single dip, but...
Yeah.
It's a really ugly check to do.
Yeah.
Alex also skipped Hera Basement, so I think he'll be good after the Big Chest.
Did they do Big Chest, one of them?
They couldn't. The Hera Big Key was on Eastern Big Key Chest, which they couldn't get for quite a bit. Yeah, Graveyard Ledge is one of our one-offs. And
Oh.
there we go, finally.
Just sitting right there. Well, that puts him in go mode, right? Yeah.
That is go mode. And Lex is already on the mountain, so this is going to be a quick one.
Yeah.
That is finally
Oh.
go mode in hour 38. Getting dead rocked with. But yeah, no, all that's left in the game is a bunch of big chests, some mirror lock checks, and spike cave.
That's all terrible.
Yep. And left side small for Alex, which also sucks.
Oh yeah. It was looking a little bit.
Norskmatty goes there. I mean, there is one more TR small out there that can't be in GT, so Norskmatty could find the other. We don't know where it is, but again,
Yeah,
they're all terrible checks.
Yeah, they're all really bad. Like, I think the most appealing play would just be probably Pyramid Fairy, I think.
Assuming he even thinks that it's available, which he is going for, Alex. He doesn't even know it's 2 red crystals, I don't think. Okay, he looks like he might have had the maps or something, because he seems to have marked on his personal tracker they were both red crystals, so yeah.
Alright, so after this, Ice and Graveyard Ledge, and just pick your poison.
Ice, Graveyard Ledge, Thieves Big Chests. They also, yeah. Hera Big Chest, of course. Spike Cave.
For Alex,
everything's gross.
Yeah, for Alex it worked out nice because he was able to, he had 2 checks on her as opposed to just 1. More so, just 1 check.
It's 1 check in Spike Cave, which...
Yeah, so at least he has, 2 he can combo in Spike Cave, but... Yeah, it's just another mountain climb do you want to commit?
Yeah, 2 is 2 with Spike Cave if he really wants to think about a cave or stuff, but...
Well, the good thing is, you don't have to touch anything in GT, just straight go mode.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty quick climb for Alex once he gets there. They've got everything they need for it. Love Narts, red mail, butter, silvers, half magic.
Yeah.
Green potion, he'll be fine. This looks like... Catfish here for Norskmatty?
Catfish or Graveyard Ledge? Yeah, Catfish.
Might be Catfish into Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, he could come back here. Oh, the mushroom, I forgot.
Oh yeah, that's the thing they got in Swamp.
Oh, Alex didn't turn that in, did he?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, right, and Norsk already went to Catfish. Duh, thank you for the reminder.
Nope. But we'll take it. 3 heart container.
Yeah, why not?
I did fleet away or go back as well.
Yeah, but I'm making really quick work of Trinex there.
Yeah, this makes it a joke of a fight. It's really nice to have.
Yeah, for sure.
And they all done either. Yeah, so they don't even have to do Ag 1, they're already taking care of it. So after Ag 2, it's just straight to Ganon. No accidental falls in there.
Hopefully, at least doesn't run the risk of running out of magic, which is what actually got ALXjas his recent win in the Challenge Cup. He is in fact the current reigning champion of the Challenge Cup. In their game 2, his opponent unfortunately ran out of magic on Ganon and had no potion.
Oh wow, was that the decider right there?
Yeah, he was really behind otherwise.
Yeah, oh boy.
That is. That was it. He thankfully won't have him 2 legs today, but that felt really bad as for his opponent in the finals.
Yeah, that's something you definitely don't want to happen, especially in the finals match.
No. But with that said, though, Alex is the reigning champion of the Challenge Cup and has showed the skills off the skills that got him there for sure. Here,
yeah,
been pretty well played by both runners. Not a fun seed in the slightest, but they've both been doing pretty well here.
Yeah,
I am a little surprised Norskmatty is going for the GP small here. Or was it Alex who read it earlier? I don't remember. I could have sworn it was X-Men who did so.
Yeah, it looked like maybe he was confused. I don't know. It looked like he was kind of stuttering there, like kind of back and forth with the pet read.
You might not have been sure which small key that was, I guess.
What did it say? Evil's key?
Yeah. I know I wasn't 100% sure at first what Evil's being referred to before someone in chat confirmed that was a GT small.
Ah, okay.
So you might have just remembered that was a small key, but was that the TR small? No? Great. Well, I'm leaving. Because he's certain that's not going to get him anything.
No. A TR small key, I forget what this is. Oh my gosh, they use fancy words for these keys. Like
I
pot
don't
is...
have the list memorized either.
Yeah. Like, once you see it, it's kind of, oh yeah, I think that's it.
ALttPR hints are not exactly the clearest hints in the world.
No. Kind of fun to guess once you know him, but you know, at first, you might, be scratching your head, kind of thinking, "What is this? What is this for?" I've been there.
Yeah.
Making nice work here with the gauntlet.
Just misses the one cycle. And Norseman is going back for these 2 checks in pod, which, as depressing as that sounds, this is like the pass for the fastest amount of checks.
So GT2H is holding on to a lot of garbage. Rupees, bombs, nothing really, because these runners have everything they need.
Yeah. I think the swap big might be in here.
Oh yeah, there's that. Very nice uses, Vicky.
Yeah. It looks like we did eventually find 3 skill wood smalls according to the tracker per Lex, so they couldn't have been there. And not they could have been there anyway with logic. Yeah, this was a full. They saw everything. The K-Egg that burned the could be in here, I suppose, and they're missing 2 bottles. We even got the boomerangs and full clearing happened.
Yeah.
Skipping GT is going to save a bunch of checks, but this is probably like a 70 maybe for Alex, I'd guess.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Higher for norskmatty, who I think has done a little bit extra.
Getting that play now, getting that key he needs. Fortunately, a little too late.
Yeah. Alexjas did take game 1 yesterday between these guys, so this is going to be the end of the tournament for norskmatty.
Alright, so who would his next opponent be? I don't have the brackets up.
I don't either, I'm looking that up right now. Echo 2 not cooperating there for Alex. Winner of this gets... winner of... Oh hey, this might be a Challenge Cup Finals rematch. Kaysen versus Orange. The winner of that faces Alex next.
Oh my gosh, really? Oh,
Kaysen
that's
was
really...
the runner-up in the Challenge Cup.
That's a nice coincidence.
Yeah.
Alright, maybe his destiny is meant to happen again.
Who knows, maybe. As this will be done pretty soon for Alex. Should be a sub 150, if I'm mathing right here.
Yeah, definitely, as long as you don't take a fall. We're not gonna fall, though.
I don't think it will. He shouldn't, but, everyone sometimes goofs.
We have those moments.
Yes, we do.
And Butter Sword here just making it very easy to get that 1-1.
Yep. advantage of that half magic and cape.
Oh, getting this torch glitch there. Very nice.
We need it, but why not? That's
Yeah.
a little time.
There you go. GG's alexjas2. Looking like he's going to be getting a nice 2-0 clean win over norskmatty.
Yep. And we'll be finishing up here with an official race time.gd time of 1:48:39. GG's. And norskmatty has decided to hand in the immediate forfeit, understandably. Let's see, get both runners in for an interview.
Yeah, just looking here through the brackets, norskmatty taking on Aaron Snurd, getting his help over here in top 30, it's round of 32 actually. alexjas2 taking on Akir, getting himself here at round 32. Now on to round of 16 after today's race. And yeah, just looking to see if Kaysen and Orange have had any run so far. It looks like they have only one run in the series, so let's see how that turns out. Still potentially up to 2 more matches to go.
Yep. It looks like, unfortunately, it is a little late for Lex to join the interview, but norskmatty will be joining us here in a minute.
I was gonna ask if this was early boots, but this was actually boot start.
Yep, standard boots was the mode today. And we are now joined by norskmatty. GG!
Hey, GG's.
GG, thank you. GG to Alex. Yeah, he played it better than I did, I think.
Yeah, this was a very, very linear seed for most of it. You guys had almost the exact same routing for most of the seed until your first trip of Dark Earth Mountain was really the real substantial first divergence.
Yeah. Do you know? Did he go into Eastern before going to Tower of Hera?
No, Eastern was
Okay.
about a last location for him,
Yeah.
or close to it, given it was that and a collection of absolutely horrible checks.
I tried putting it off as long as I could, and then
Yeah, especially because you'd already done Saha's Hut earlier, which is one of the minor divergences you guys had early.
Yeah. Well, I had the bow. I was really holding out for that big key to show up.
You both were. You
Yeah.
both left that to one of your last checks.
Yeah.
Which is a bit unfortunate, because that was where the Hera big key was, right?
Yeah. It was in the vanilla big key chest in Eastern.
Yep.
And yeah, I ended up trying to look for that third GT small. I don't even know where the fourth one was.
Blind Hut, Ped, Pod Right Slide in the first chest of TR are what I have written down as the 4 GT smalls.
Oh, I think you meant that TR smalls.
Oh yes, TR small, right?
TR small.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't care about the GT small. Yeah.
I mean, we saw almost everything in the game between you guys. I think it was Ice Big Chest, Swamp Big Chest, Spike Cave, Graveyard Ledge, couple of other horrible checks. There was not much left.
Mimic Cave for me.
Oh god, Mimic Cave.
Yeah, Lex didn't do Mimic Cave either.
Mimic Cave was never going to happen, because even if there was one there, it would have been the fourth one for me. I was just like, not going.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. With the Meyer Big and TR, in the TR big chest. You were not getting the mirror from the Meyer before going to get it. Go
No.
Meyer of TR. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you ended up going in there twice too, I believe, right? One in front
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
again.
because I went in there because I was up on the mountain early and I could get in there. And I, opened it up with one key and got the first 4 chests. And then later I kind of came down to like, should I go into Eastern or should I go into Turtle Rock? And I had everything I needed to beat Turtle Rock except one more small key. So I thought I'll give it a shot, see if another Turtle Rock small is in there. So that I could, and if it is, I could finish it. And it wasn't there. And unfortunately, Eastern had, I did get the Mire Big, but Eastern had both the Ether to get into Mire, as well as that Hera Big. So ended up, not getting that mirror for a while, not even getting to check Mimic Cave at the time.
no, they don't see a good way to route that mirror in anytime quickly in this seed. Alexjas, you guys had a very, very similar routes throughout like the first hour and something until you guys did Dark Death Mountain, at which point Alex left. He took those, what did you guys find? Flippers out of Super Bunny, went Ice Palace. You stuck around for TR, and then you also followed him to Ice Palace, more or less, after a quick dip in the Mire area, and then you guys kind of converged again for a good bit.
Yeah.
The seed was pretty linear in terms of what progression it gave you. You did Escape, of course, because this was standard. You did CAC, you did South Shore, you went Desert, because the game was screaming at you to go there. There went your Dark World access.
Right. Yeah.
And then, of course, you go to Skullwood Stevestown, and then from there over to Pod, and then up the mountain.
Yeah.
Up the mountain and Pod. Sorry, wrong word.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was
I
very
think
straightforward.
the only. Yeah, I think it's
the
just
end.
that going to Eastern really sooner, not holding out for the big key, is how someone would finish this a lot faster than Alex did. But other than that, was a lot of pretty obvious choices for a lot of the seed, I felt. But
Hell, the way that you guys routed the seed almost identically for so much of it, it kind of came down to the end to the wild goose chase where you're missing a TR small. Here's a list of about 10 checks, all complete garbage. Good luck.
I really didn't want it to be the Hera Big chest too, because I knew that that Hera Big key was available basically out of Escape, I think. So
it was a big T chest, and Eastern, and your lamp was in Escape, yeah.
Yeah. So logically, that thing was there for the taking, and then you go up in the mountain and you just get that 3R small, and you don't have to worry about it.
That was that. You would have been Mir Gomo, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So I think
Gomo.
I think that, and then you're just going to go into Mire because that's going to be next on your list of things to do.
Yeah.
And so I think it goes very, very smoothly at the end if you do that. But neither of us did, and Alex played probably very well, and he probably a very deserving winner. So wish him very much good luck in the next round and the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, GG's also for making it this far. Round of 32 was no easy feat, and your last opponent was your last Swiss week opponent as well, right? Aaron Snurd.
Yeah, Mr. Aaron Snurd. We tried to dodge the game.
He couldn't. He dodged that week, but he could not dodge it here.
Yeah, the schedules didn't work out for that last week, and because we were both in the bracket already, it kind of didn't need to play it, and unfortunately kind of didn't find out that it wasn't going to work until last minute, too late to do anything about it. But then Start DG said no, you have to play, and in fact we played 3 games to settle that series. So
yeah, that was really nice. But yeah, GG's again. Hopefully you did enjoy your matches here, the games that you've had here in the AD Keys tourney.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's a great tourney. Love getting to pick all the different kinds of modes. 6 different options. I think I played them all. I don't think I did Inverted without boots, but I did all the other ones. Yeah, I know. You're one of the admins, Gamma. Thank you. Thanks to all the other admins for all the work and putting this on. It's a great tournament, and I will probably keep joining as long as you put it on.
Thanks again. Yeah, GG's to you and Alex as well, putting on a great performance here. It looks like his next opponent will be the winner, as you will say that you said, Kaysen and Orange.
Orange, yep, which might be a Challenge Cup Finals rematch from this year, actually, because Kaysen and Lex faced off in the finals of the CC. So it could be fun if that happens. Orange is also, of course, going to be a great opponent if that turns out to be the case.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, thanks again for having me here, Star, and Lady Lorenda. I know you two were doing double duty. I really appreciate giving me a chance right here. Finish the last half hour or so.
Yeah, thanks, Gamma. Please do give both of our runners a follow, norskmatty and alexjas2, as well as Gamma True and the Lady Laura Linda joining me on the restream team tonight. Laura Linda helping out with comms for the first bit and tracking as well for the whole thing, and Gamma for hopping in. Let's see. Coming up ahead on the ZSR schedule, we've got a lot of things going on this weekend. Currently over on ZSR2, they are about an hour into a quarterfinals match, but in the Zelda Randomizer Upstarts tournament between Vexed Rider and Vexed Object, they are apparently getting extremely randoed over there, so we'll go see how they're holding up with that. And then coming up this weekend, we've got a whole collection of weekly races. As always, we have the opening qualifiers of the Majora's Mask Randomizer and Wind Waker Randomizer tournament, Seasons 4 and Season 6 tournaments, respectively. We've also got another Zelda 2 Randomizer Upstarts tournament match tomorrow between Zen Arcane and Valence at 3 p.m. Eastern. And we've got a ALttPR Cross Keys match Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern between RD Walsh V and Illis. ALttPR NMG League match as well. And we'll be looking to add more AT Keys matches to the schedule as timing allows. Anytime, though, that will be it here for us tonight. Thank you for watching all, and we will see you next time.